Ladies and gentlemen, to perform a special tribute to U.S. Congresswoman Dr. the Honorable Donna Christensen, please welcome Sheryl Lee Ralph.
But I sing no victim song. I am a woman. I am an artist. And I know where my voice belongs. I am an endangered species. But I sing no victim song. I am a woman. I am an artist. And I know where my voice belongs. I stand before you this evening, the proud daughter of a proud daughter of the soil of the island of wood and water. The island of Jamaica. And as a daughter of the Caribbean, when I see all of you seated here together, this is important. This time together in this place, people of the Caribbean, because we are behind, and I need you to do something. I need you to say something, because people are watching and they are waiting for you to do something. Our children are waiting for us all to do something that just might save their lives. We have been quiet, silent for too long. Silent for too long, and our silence will not heal us. Silent for too long, and our silence will not save us. Don't let your denial be deeper than your grave. Silent for too long. People ask me all the time, why do you care so much about this AIDS thing? Why do you care so much about this HIV thing? Well, let me tell you. December 20th, 1981, I made my Broadway debut. Actually, that's not true. No. To tell the truth, I made my Broadway debut in one of two flops that were just too disastrous to mention. Therefore, I have rewritten the facts to suit myself. December 20th, 1981, I made my Broadway debut in what has become one of the iconic musicals of the 80s, Dreamgirls. Dreamgirls, also known as Beyoncé's best film performance to date. Dreamgirls, for me, was the best and the worst of all times. The best, of course, was creating the role of the fabulous Dina Jones. Yes, darlings, when I saw Beyoncé in the role that I created, I said, proof positive, I remain bootylicious. Dreamgirls was the best and the worst of all times. I got nominated for the oh-so-coveted Antoinette Perry The Tony Award. I stood on stage each and every night with some of the most talented people of my generation. I was on the cover of Ebony magazine, and if it's on Ebony magazine, you know it must be true. The best times of my life. And in the midst of those good times came the worst. And the worst was when men, gay men, up and down Broadway just started dropping dead of a mysterious disease. You see, they would be sick today and dead tomorrow. Sick today and dead tomorrow. They got sick. Some of them developed those strange purple marks on their body, and they died. There was no dying process, not like the one to which we become used to nowadays. They got sick and they died. And what fell over their dying was even worse still, because nobody wanted to talk. Nobody wanted to talk about that gay disease. And in one of the best times of my life, I stood witness to what I call such an ugly time in America. A time when good people, kind people, people of all religions, faiths, and beliefs, see, they found it easy to stand in judgment and point fingers at they, them, and those people, saying that's what they get. That's what they deserve. God will take care of them. And here I am, and here you are, some 30 years later, and God certainly has taken care of them. Such an ugly time. People found it easy to just dump their sick friends off in hospital driveways and leave them there dying for help. People found it easy to just drop their dying children off on church stair steps and leave them there like bags of used clothing for a rummage sale. Such an ugly time. People found it easy to just stand back because those people, those gay people, were suffering. How they found it easy to say, it's got nothing to do with me. 30 years ago, I remember when the disease had no name. See, it was just called GRID, Gay-Related Immune Deficiency Disease. That's the name for the disease that we have now come to know as HIV / or forward, depending upon whether you're a person or a computer, AIDS. And you know something? There is a big difference between that G and that H, because you see, gay became human Gay became human, and that is too bad because it always was. Some 30 years into this disease, and I dare say that some of you know somebody who refuses to accept the fact that the way you catch this disease is changing. Some folks are stuck thinking, and you know how it is said, no bother with the Batman business. How folks refuse on some of your islands and countries to acknowledge that the growing number one way to become infected is heterosexual sex. See, we still have some folks who don't even want to say, oh my God, did she say sex out loud? You know, we like to have it, we don't like to talk about it. But as I stand here today, I challenge you within this time not to just go home having had a great time at the Atlantis, because you've got some hard work ahead of you. Hard work. Because we all know that some of the people and places and islands and countries that you will go back to, they are so ready to have this conversation. And you know it. I wrote a one-woman show called Sometimes I Cry, written all about real women's real HIV/AIDS stories, and I performed it all around the world. And one of the most loved characters, her name is Miss Calypso. Yes, man, Miss Calypso. Let me tell you about her. My name is Miss Calypso, and I am fabulous. Yes, I am. Clap me. Ha ha! Yes, I am the keeper of unlawful carnal knowledge. You're smart, eh? Anyway, I am an island woman, and the rhythms of Africa, India, China, and Scotland too. It don't show up too much on me, but it's there. They wrap themselves around me, and I wear them proudly because I am fabulous. Yes. Don't hate me because I'm fabulous and I know it. That's right. I have worked hard at this fabulosity you see here before you, and take a good look. Thank you very much. From the front and from the back, I am fabulous. Anyway, I want you to know that I love my island. Yes, I love my island. I love the people. I love the food. I love the rum. I love the music. I love the beauty of my island. But my island does not love me. No. I am a strong, independent woman who is happy with herself. Yes, I am. Just as I am. But some folks on my island, them have a problem with that. Yes. I don't know why. To tell you the truth, I did what was expected of me. I got married. I got married and I had 3 children. Count them. 1, 2, 3. And all of my children have grown up to be very wonderful, compassionate people, which makes me very proud. You know, sometimes when your children, they grow up to be wonderful people, you know something, you know that you deep down inside, you are wonderful too. But I already don't tell you, I am fabulous. But see here, you know, say I'm fabulous, right? That's right, you just remember that. Anyway, you know something? I have never ever really felt happy being married. No, I always felt kind of trapped. Yes. Trapped, confined. I was always flirting with disaster being married. You know, sex outside of marriage on the island is normal, almost expected. It is an accepted behavior. Destructive, but accepted. Everybody has sex with everybody. And even some have outside children and other families. Hence the song, Shame and Scandal in the Family. You know the song? You don't know it? Okay, let me teach it to you. Your daddy ain't your daddy, but your daddy don't know. And we can take the song even further. That girl is your sister, but your mama don't know. Anyway, it is also common, you know. Nobody speaks about it. Then there's the West Indian divorce. You know what the West Indian divorce is? Come now, you don't know. All right, make I tell you. The West Indian divorce is when one of the partners lives on the island and the other one live there foreign. Thank you. Thank you. You know, foreign, like Florida. Or New York. Or London. I chose London, and London fit me like a good suit, baby. Yes, London was my strong suit. Even if the food was terrible, the people them were grumpy, and the city cold and gray. But something in me came alive in London, and I loved it. Yes, yes, yes. And I tell you, immediately I set myself down to work, and I got myself a beauty parlor with a barber shop to the side and a little boutique upstairs. So you check it already, right? I had 3 jobs. Anyway, in the wintertime, you know, the people there in London, they go off to other islands. Sometimes they come and check the Bahamas or Barbados, but a lot of them, they go to Thailand. That trip to Thailand, it changed my life. Lord have mercy. That trip, we shopped, we ate, we clubbed. I still don't know how I ended up in this one club. You know, I kept going back to this club over and over, but I went to the club and the music, my God, the music, it just got so deep down inside, and I could feel the pulsating rhythms inside me. It was never hard to find yourself a partner. But I don't know what happened this particular night, but I just had to, I don't know, something told me I had to buck up off of the dance floor. Anyway, I look at all the bodies there, they're dancing, and something told me, you know, you got to leave this and go back home to your wife. Yes, that's right, you heard me correctly. Back to my wife. Because you see, I was born Vivian. My father was born Vivian. And just like my father, I was born all man. But I am a woman now. And I am... Thank you. I found out that I was HIV positive 3 years ago after one of my post-op checkups. Routine blood work, and my doctor asked me if I'd ever had an HIV test. I hadn't, so I figured that, now was the time, and so I did. Anyway, HIV, it just robbed me of every security that I had had. Everything that I had gained as a woman, it just took all of that away from me. Anyway, when I found out that I was HIV positive, I made up my mind that I was going to die. And so I set about the business of selling all 3 of my businesses. And I tell you, I sat upstairs in my... Thank you. I sat up there, right? And the woman is coming to sign the papers for my business. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her. She parked her car. She opened the door. She get out of the car. She crossed the street and braps! Bus lick her down. Bus lick her down. You must see what I'm seeing, right? I'm getting ready for dead. She come to buy my business. Car lick her down, she did. And me I sit up there and watch her. It is right then, right there, I said, hold on, God, hold on. I make up my mind. I go and live. And this HIV, it ain't going to kill me. And no matter where I perform Miss Calypso in the world, she gets that same response. And so, when I stand here, getting ready to make this next award, this woman that I'm going to make this award, present this award to, she may not have a vote in the House of Congress in the United States, but that certainly doesn't mean that she doesn't have a voice. This woman has been on the front line for years, speaking up and out about HIV and AIDS when so many of those around her in the Congress of the United States didn't want to have the conversation. And when I took myself up there to talk to people, she was one of the first people to open her arms and her door and say, come in. And I'm going to walk over there and get this award. I'm the trophy girl, too. This evening, as I stand here, Sheryl Lee Ralph says, I love you, Congresswoman. I love you for being a humble, wonderful soul, for being a great leader. And a lot of people hide behind their politics, and very few live it with such grace and integrity. And I'm very, very proud and honored to present this award to the Honorable, and I do mean the Honorable, Donna M. Christensen. U.S. Virgin Islands delegate to Congress, physician, legislator, colleague, friend, in recognition of and gratitude for a decade of support to HIV prevention, treatment, research, and care in the Caribbean. Please give the Honorable Congresswoman from the Virgin Islands a rousing round of applause. I love you and I appreciate you. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much, my sister.